charities and all of the giver. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The 100 the promise it none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth and rough and it's going in our river. Remember bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them spell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell go mash up people start and people them fell. Deep on me. What they treat the market man. Deep on me. What them a treat the cat man. Deep on me. What they treat the peanut man. Deep on me. What them a treat the dirt man. Deep on me. What them a treat the son man. Deep on me. What them a treat policeman. Deep on me. All them a treat soldier man. Stibby dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good morning, and welcome. While the scale of justice may have tilted in Cartel and his co-accused favor yesterday, the question though is there really balance in the scale of justice in our justice system in Jamaica? And what are the questions and the debates we should be having going forward? Quite cringing was some aspect of yesterday euphoric setting of downtown Kingston. When your mouth, you too much trouble, your eye and your ears give you too much trouble. Good morning. If you're on the Eastern timeline, afternoon to you if you're in the United Kingdom. The spectacle of yesterday. The mindset behind the spectacle of yesterday. Oh dear. To my community of BRITE and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers and subscribers, commenters and trolls, good morning and welcome. Debbie, Jarvis, Dolores, Logan, Pauline Dixon, Keith Matthews, Natalia Freeman, Ebenezer Cody, Sunshine, Gloria Morris, Jason Kane, Sharon Bernard, Colleen Allen, Althea, Michelle Lewis Wilson, Everton Facey, Rosemary Samuels, Violet Watson, Carla Williams, Jason Kane, A Touch of Class with HTK. Is this our head teacher? Is this our head teacher, K? Is this a rebranding of the name or is this a new channel head teacher? Carla Williams, Marcia Stewart, Charlotte Reed, Browse. Bust it up with because I think the same. Hey, hallelujah. Are you that head teacher? Unstoppable. Congal, how are you? Vincent Jones, Verna Adams, Colleen Humphreys. Missy A1, Wagwan head teacher. No, sir. Everybody, this is head teacher K. Give her some following because it's a rebranding. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's quite classy and touchy. Claudette Edwards, Blue Waves. There is a light. Hey, a certain kind of light. Hey, that always shines Me don't know if upon me, who are they? A certain kind of light, image. Ralston Henry. Image. A picture and words and what it paints. There's a light, a certain kind of light. The first hug was telling. Nerissa, Wagwan, how you do? Yvonne Riley. The first hug, there's a light, a certain kind of light. Good morning, Miss Sophia. I wonder how the mother of Clive Williams feels this morning. The justice system, no doubt, has failed Cartel and his co-accused, as in the botched pursuit for justice that expose the crookedness and the corruption of the Jamaican justice system. But indeed, has the justice system has not failed the family of Clive Williams, and the abrupt end of their pursuit for justice. Justice in their mind, they will never see the spectacle of yesterday. The limousine, the crowd, but the hug. The hug. We do the thing them, so them have to rate we. We not go talk we in our mind of lately. Not at all. Keep we mouth. Understand if you understand. Don't come lick me with a frying pan. You understand? Understand if you understand. But don't come and hit me with a frying pan. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. A certain, the image don't look good. We have to talk, because we hear and we see and we can think. But defamation and security said talk in a parable, and if them understand, they understand about light, frying pan, hatches, and all of the same thing. Them understand if you understand. Understand if you understand. Jesus, this morning, I wonder how Miss Sophia is feeling. I wonder how the mother of Clive Lizard Williams is feeling. How Miss Sophia is supposed to feel this morning when she looked at such a botched debacle that went through our justice system, knowing that she is waiting for justice from the same set of crook against one of their own. There's a light, evidence and light. Hey, hatches to hatches this morning. We're not going to preach. We're not going to get into the unanswered story. If you know, you know. If you hear, you hear. If you understand, you understand. If you can think, unlike those yesterday who were gallivanting and tallyfaring with them on rancid like man goat, with them foot back crack up, them lip white with hunger, but they were there in the euphoria. Never mind the oppression from government, Don't mind that. Then there's something that are important right now. The oppression from government. What are you talking about? What on earth? We are not going to even talk about the she there. Good morning, Shorty. Good morning. A great woman. A strong black woman. Good morning, Shorty. Good morning. Them thing you done, Shorty, you just have come. Good morning. Strong black woman. A certain kind of light. Hey. The spectacle. Of course it was high profile. It is high profile. What are you talking about? There ought to be spectacle in high profilism. The SWATism. Everything was so obvious. It was like a choreographed script. We keep we mouth, so them have to rate we. We keep we mouth, so them have to rate we. This morning, one of the people of Jamaica, one in another docility. Uno in a one of docility. I wonder how Miss Brown parents and Pickney them feel this morning. I wonder. Just, oh no, some love for wonder. No. Oh no, me love for wonder. I just wonder if. Just wonder. There's some news coming in. Nigeria vow a day of rage. Today is when calamity is expected to start in Nigeria, because I said they're not asking for protests in Nigeria. Generation Z in Nigeria is asking for a revolution. But the dull, backwards, uneducated, unengaged Jamaicans are out on the street in a euphoric manner, celebrating, I will not say what. This morning, your mouth way in your mouth, there's a thing called defamation. Your mouth. Celebrating. What was Jamaicans celebrating yesterday is the question. Keep your mouth shut. One could ask a question. What was Jamaican celebrating yesterday? Me no know. Me just ask. The spectacle. Look on hungry belly people. Look on people with mosquito bite. Look on people with white squall. Look on people with scruffy foot back. Look on people with them arm ramsted like a ram goat. Look on people with turn and near to ripe. Because government not providing no water. Them not providing no light. Them not providing no food. So no hungry, no foot back cracking, or no rancid. Yes, ram goat cousins. That's the mentality of the Jamaican people. We dare not to come out about us. It's always about every when we come out, whether it be our choosing celebrity or politician. Never anything to do with us. Look upon hungry belly people. Look upon hungry belly people. The image yesterday. The image yesterday speak deep to a mindset of a people. That's why we will never get help from government. But the question is, Jamaicans, do you think you are celebrating justice? The way you celebrated yesterday, are you celebrating justice? Are you celebrating freedom? Are you celebrating corruption? What are you celebrating? I don't know. I'm just asking. What was Jamaica celebrating yesterday? What is Jamaica celebrating? What was Jamaicans celebrating yesterday is a question that we should ask ourselves. Are we celebrating justice? Are we celebrating freedom? Are we celebrating corruption? Are we celebrating things that I cannot say at the moment? Hey, Jesus, this morning, don't be tempted. What are we celebrating, Jamaicans? What are we celebrating? The images of yesterday, the spectacular images of yesterday. The first hug spoke to the world yesterday. The first hug yesterday spoke to the world. It spoke to those who can think. What a shamble of a justice system. What a shamble of a justice system that Miss Sophia is waiting to receive justice from. What a shamble of a justice system that many Jamaicans, as it turned out, may be behind bars because of a botched procedural system in our justice. You ask yourself that question in your celebration. How much of our young people may be behind bars because of a botched justice system? Are you asking yourself the question, given what we have been following over this period, can I really have confidence in this justice system? Can this justice system protect me if I'm not in the status and financial class to rub up to this justice system? These are some questions that as a people, given how this case unfolds, we should be asking ourselves this morning. But rather yesterday showed plantation, 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 plantation. It was a sad and sickening sight in downtown Kingston yesterday with our Jamaican people. The symbolism of yesterday must be painful, no doubt, for the other side. They are human too, aren't they? They have feelings too, don't they? They have feelings too. They really do. They really do. So it's really, I don't know what Jamaica people want and where they're going, but time after time, you see Jamaica people always head for the lower side of them. They're always heading. Let me turn off this phone notification. It's bothering me. They always head to the lower side of them. Because when you look at what's going on in our country for the last, say, 4 years, when you look at the mismanagement or the non-management of how the government is handling this relief and rebuilding effort, observing, me not call the name there, because I don't know what we emancipated or independent from. Emancipation is a state of mind. To be emancipated, it's not about being on paper. It's a state of mind. So me have to walk and call them line word about emancipacious and independentious. No, some of them nonsense there. The symbolism. The symbolism. Don't make these people walk and play with their mind with words. Symbolism. You know, watch them symbol. Picture speak load and word. One word a one word, but one picture a 1,000 word. Huh? Picture. Hey, picture. Hey, picture. Hey, picture. Picture. Hmm? Picture. Oh. Picture. Picture. Hmm? But all in all, you have to say props to the Jamaica Johnny Cochran because he was confident all the way. He has worked hard on his entire team, not just ISAT, but ISAT was the media, the PR lawyer for the case, really. He's the one who mainly engages the media. And I think ISAT and the entire team did a great work in exposing, wording matters, in exposing the corruption in our justice system. As a journalist, though, I have to ask the question, was this justice at all? On both sides, was this justice at all? Was it justice is a question. Of course, they have done a great work. They have exposed the belly of the beast of a corrupt justice system. But was this justice? After 13 years behind bar, did Cartel and his co-accused receive justice yesterday? After the death or disappearance of her son, did Clive Williams' mother receive justice from the Jamaican justice system? Was it justice? Or was it an exposing of a crooked, dilapidated, and corrupt justice system? one that needs urgent overhaul, not reform, overhaul. So you have to big him up and the great work him do, but you still have to ask the question to the people of Jamaica and to the Jamaican justice system. Was this justice for Cartel and his co-accused after 13 years, if they are innocent? And if they are not, because a man is missing or murdered, will there ever be justice for whoever murdered Clive Williams? How do we fix our justice system as a people to make sure we don't have these brouhahas? Then we ought to, as a people, get more involved in the constitutional review process. We must know what is in it for us. And we must demand that we need one, on the judiciary and the executive front, we need an executive president, not a ceremonial president. So we, the people, vote for who we want to be the head of our state with a political and international mandate. When it comes to the judiciary, we need to get away from the practice of politicians appointing who goes up the judicial rank. It used to be so under the Westminster system, but after the Judicial Commission review, what was done, a judicial college was implemented, and the judicial college does the referencing of capable judges and all the vetting and background check and the whole appointment scale to the king. So there's a body outside of the executive who appoints who should be our senior judges. And these are the things that we ought to care about in the new constitution. If we chop up this year 1 year for one where Andrew Holness want, we ought to be very, very careful as a people with playing with what we have now. What we have as the challenge you see ISAT and the other team took through the court, without a corrupt justice system, it's quite a protective mechanism. However, the swelter of our corruption in our country, particularly in the highest places, or parliament, or law enforcement, and or executive, with the mandate that this government holds at the moment, we're on very slippery slope. You have to give props to the lazy Mark Golden, because if Mark Golden was a corrupt crook, he could have just waved the thing through with the phase 1 of the Constitution for Andrew sign off, and then them would have moved on pan mashing up phase 2. So that's why you have to give him props pan, him stop disaster in its track and that point. But we still have something for cuss PMP about this morning. Come here with someone say PNP late. Back a wall. Murderer of the Senate say in welcome ruling something that I don't know if he was a part of the corruption then, or he was incompetent and not competent of this team. No, I don't know. I'm just saying. He's the president of our Senate. Him a friend with Badman. Him daughter breed for Badman. You know, Badman almost dead in him hand. Yeah, we can ask questions. That's what journalists do. Ask uncomfortable questions. I want to know about this Anasis story. Some JPS customer to receive 40% reprieve on estimated bill. Office of the OUR has announced that some electricity customers receiving estimated bill from Jamaica Public Service Company Limited will get a 40% reprieve after it approved a mechanism for calculating these bills following Hurricane Beryl. Wrong way, the whole anno ago, both wrong way. Why is it that the government and the OUR cannot force JPS, rather, they don't them, they give the people 3 to 6 months of reprieves on their bill because JPS have done quite a shoddy debacle across the country in the rebuilding. Why people should who don't have so you mean so the whole apparate here now? We're blinky. We're putting a buckle because light off a flight green yard and Parati, Vineyard, Allington, Catabo, and no when I like, but light off a flight green yard on Crane Road. Light off a flight green yard on Crane Road. But flight green send Mosquito, Blinky, and Peanut Wally to the rest of we. Yes. That's the treatment we get from government. When we the road, we thinking them yesterday. I celebrate every and slavery. People who control your mind. Why you think anybody couldn't control my mind in another way that Jamaica that me I go come out with my hungry belly, come scream and go back home hungry? I no don't dummy. Show me so no don't dummy. But then again, maybe I'm making myself too much problem. But why can't the government force JPS to say you have to waiver the customer's bill for 3 to 6 months until you get this on track? Why the people of Jamaica should have to be paying your bill when a blinky and penny while them I use filokota? A blinky and penny while them I look panina. And you still want them to compare you. Why you don't waiver Jamaica bill for 3 months? Why the public bill is not waiver for 3 months? Why should they be paying for a service that JPS is unable to provide at the moment? I don't get it. That's not how contract law works. But then again, did JPS not invoke their force majeure? Their superior power? An act of God has prevented us, JPS is saying, from honoring the terms and conditions of our contract. Then, Baba Bethune, the Office of the Utility Regulation has rejected claims that we can't say that, fell down on the job in aftermath of Hurricane Beryl and allowed utility companies, I don't know why plural, particularly the Jamaica Public Service, to shaft the customers. I don't see why they're pushing back on that, because that is shafting. It is shafting if the JPS cannot, under gratuitous or goodwill or whatever it is policy, to waive the customer's bill until they can provide service to the people. Rather, JPS is just plucking a figure out of the sky and say, you owe me this. And then JPS and OUR is saying to you, yes, pay it all if a blink and penny wall you look, you use to sit in your house. Pay it and we will give you back a 40% refund on the estimated bill that you pay this month. You see how them bright and out order? The mango them blow down off of the tree. Hagniam the mango them coat tap up all of the over all of them. But pay me for the mango and next year mango crap. I will give you 10 dozen extra mango for make up. Is what JPS is saying to us now. There's no leadership anywhere in Jamaica when it comes to the whole burial situation. If at the days of when we use Kodak camera, Kodak would have run out a reel the way the prime minister, he be tap and turn him have to take a picture. Him have to get a picture out there. Kodak would have broke if we never modernize. No management. And the docile people of Jamaica cannot come out in unison to say to the government, look, this is a shoddy job of managing our country. Look at what they came out for yesterday. Look at how much of them, within a short period, how downtown Kingston was sweltered. Wouldn't like to smell the aura of downtown Kingston yesterday. Open don't have water. Only part of don't have water. All the people will come out yesterday are ghetto people. Uptown people not get involved in a bullshit like these, if you want to put it bluntly. A hungry belly get up behind zinc fence people, live on riverbank people came out yesterday, no doubt. I can't tell we say, teacher. I mean, Jamaicans, grow up, learn something new. Grow up. You can't just go on so. You can't just stay behind everything so. You can't just lay out everything so. What will happen to the next generation? What was Carter's main concern when he was in prison? Was it his health or maintaining his bleaching? It's a question. That's what journalists do. It's a question. What was his main concern? His health or colorism? The mindset, Jamaicans. That is the mindset that Jamaicans are rigidly locked to across the country. And you think we're going anywhere, anytime fast? Does Jamaicans who were out yesterday understand the context of what Jamaica will celebrate today? Emancipation. And you will move on in the next 5 days from now to celebrate dependency. Yeah? Hey, I just wonder. I'm enough sorry for Jamaicans. I'm sorry for the mindset. I am sorry for the younger generation. I'm sorry for what the parents are teaching their children. Are we celebrating justice or are we celebrating corruption? Is a question going forward in the way how this entire debacle has played out for the last 14 years or so. Are we celebrating justice or are we celebrating corruption? Yes, Mr. You. May always give you your props because you're one of the loudest and strongest opposition vice in a parliament. But good God Almighty, Julian Robinson. No. The thing have 22 days to run out. Julian Robinson. And I know you seek clarification from Nigel Clark. Why you never tell Nigel Clark, say, a 6-week period or a 7-week period is not good enough as of a time of a tax break for those who want to help with the relief of Hurricane Beryl or whatever it name. Why no? Nigel Clark put out this information weeks ago, Julian. Why are you just seeking clarity? You could have sought it in a media report. You could have sought it on social media. You could have write to the Ministry of Finance on the said day it was published, Mr. Robinson. How you fall back on this here one year, son? Look at when you're asking for clarity. These are the backloggings with the PNP that is annoying. These are the dragging their feet, which are annoying. It is annoying. Way too late. We only have 22 days to go in this window. And you are seeking clarity now. What about the said they are 3 days after Nigel Clark published the information? The laziness and the lacking. It's sometime telling. This is an issue I have been speaking about for years, and I'm now happy that professionals are speaking about it. I have been always of the view, even when we were on partner draw, that many of our Jamaicans in our accident scene, and this is why I always try to make the service for a nationwide ambulance service, because we live in a country where we have accident regularly. On the scene of an accident, the victim's spinal cord matters greatly. If you're not trained how to move or stabilize in moving such person, you can cause them worse damage than the accident. I've also said in the past that I think we should roll out a system that France has, where all drivers, a part of their driving license, is that they're first aid trained, one, and that in their vehicle they carry a mini fire extinguisher and a first aid kit mandatorily, so our people can be more experienced in dealing with scenes of accident and how they approach victims of accident. It is high time that our country, those barefoot people in downtown Kingston yesterday, lobbied the government for a national ambulance service, emergency response service across our country. If we're not asking people, if we don't look like we don't care, if government don't think that it matters to UNO, it's not going to matter to government. We don't need to become engaged. This way people been handled in a scene of accident, where anybody just scrape them up to in the back of a van or the back of a car, is killing off a lot of our people. They need proper first aid care before you move them to primary care. Because the stabilization of the spinal cord on an accident scene is very critical for those in an accident. It can either paralyze you for life or it can disrupt the injury that would lead to fatality quicker than if you've got the right help. Will the Ministry of Health and the government, though, take these into concern and know that we need, look at Abraham Chori. Look at how much mobile clinic Abraham Chori could, and the bleeding out as well. That's correct, then, Miles. Look at how quick Abraham Chori could commission so much mobile clinic across this country. You mean to say we can commission a fleet of ambulance and have a proper regulated emergency response across the country? Make sure we know by now where the accident-prone, accident hotspots are in our country. In Britain, on the motorway like freeway highways and so on, you would have ambulance hang out along those areas. So therefore, if there's an accident on the highway, the ambulance get there within that marked time of 7 to 10 minutes in the British system that you need to be on a scene of shooting or accident or heart attack or so on. You have a limited window to get there. So therefore, there are certain preparedness around the country when you're traveling on the highways. You have ambulance stations and hangout along those highways, because if there's an accident from the highway, ambulance now go on to come from the city to come to the highway. Them have them police and ambulance and all of them emergency people them within good enough reach of you on the highway. The problem is Jamaica people don't want nothing. So the government don't have to implement all these services to make sure, say, the people, the social lifestyle of the people develop. No bit and teach me not dream Jamaica can. me know say it sound like a dream given our system, but we can afford it, beat and teach. When you look upon how they've raid our budget every year, every election cycle, we can afford it. It is doable. It is feasible. It can be put in place. What we need is the political willpower from those who we elect. And we want people who know what them vote for politicians for and demand that which they vote for. Trust me, That reality can come to Jamaica. But if we're going to if we're going downtown, we will crack up heel back, we froze the arm, and we white squall mouth. Government not go care about we. Government says our mindset is not about we. Government says our mindset is about anything that's popular. Hmm? It is about what is popular, not about us. Why you think they can come promise we and fool we every 4 or 5 years? Because that's how we appear to them. Hmm? If them not have been in a hospital, beat and teach, lack of willpower, lack of people participation is two of the biggest problems in Jamaica politics, apart from the corruption. The people don't care, and because the people don't care, the government has no political willpower to do it. They know they can get away with doing nothing. Look at the Nigerian president, who run wild at the moment. In 48 hours, him double minimum wage to quell the young people them, and it's still not quell them because they know it's a trick. Look at President Ruto. Him drop the finance bill. Him sack him entire cabinet. It's not working. The people know it's a lie. It's a con. Are we going to get to that stage? Can we? Whenever will we? This celebration yesterday, the end of the pursuit of justice yesterday, the end yesterday of the shamble of our justice system should have us asking questions about how safe are my rights in this justice system that we engage. Rather than out there jump on a ball for teacher, doctor, lawyer, murder, ask yourself the question, am I safe in this justice system? Are my children safe in this justice system? Can my children and grandchildren get a fair trial from this justice system? Is Lady Justice blind in Jamaica? Or Lady Justice away test glass? Lady Justice away double focus? Hey! There's a light, a certain kind of light. One don't see a Lady Justice. Take off our blindfold and put on double focus eyeglass. That's where we end it this morning on Global. No, we have dinner that John Crawford talk about. The one-eyed Enos. The long promised forensic pathology autopsy suite, which is expected to increase the forensic capacity of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and reduce the backlog of criminals and other cases. Is practically finished, according to Minister of Importing Illegal Guns. It's almost done. It's just the equipment we are putting in now. We still don't know where the shelters are, and we still don't know how much is it. So we don't know if we take from that. We are installing the freezer and other equipment as we speak. The gunslinger told the Observer during a recent interview. Jamaicans don't care about them something. Yeah? Jamaicans don't care, say, the Labour government invade a sovereign land. No, Jamaicans don't care about them something there. Jamaicans don't care about the government stealing and looting and shooting. Why should Jamaicans care? Isn't that same government who buy Jamaicans KFC and donut? Hey. Lord Jesus, don't forget the ventilator. Don't forget the wheelchair them. Where the fuck the wheelchair them from? Hmm? Somebody please, if you can help me, send me back that wheelchair image because it it did in my phone with you and I don't think it's been backed up. That image was backed up. So when I send me back that chair, them, know people have it. Send me back. You don't mind them. Ventilator, bed. Me hear say some bed that are public. You have to lay down as how the bed prescribe you feel it down because if you turn too hard, you will drop off, or if you're not careful, you will drop to the gut as some of them. Hmm? You will drop straight to the gut as some of the bed them upper public. Bed, chair, ventilator, nurse and doctor in a children ward a fight over I don't know what. Hmm? What a calamity. What a calamity. And it only enforces yesterday that we are far from emancipate yourself from mental slavery, while none but us can free our mind. Go and pick up a book and read. Have no fear for the atomic energy, like all of the bomb them and guns them, what them are used to keep you in fear, while none of them can stop the time. Oh no, the most powerful thing you have is time. Hey, how long shall they kill our prophets? They have killed many, like Marcus Garvey, Bob Marley, Kwame, Nkrumah, Samora Machel, and many others. But them keep burning like Abraham Chore and holy power out here today. Jill Scott Heron did say, though, the revolution will not be live. The revolution will not be televised. Ask yourself what the Jill Scott Heron mean then. Was Jill Scott Heron talking about us not being able to see it on the TV because they will be so embarrassed not to show us? Or was Jill Scott Heron saying to us that the real revolution, it can only take place in the mind, and therefore, let us preach this morning, church, and therefore, there is no way of showing us the revolution. What they can show us, though, is the effects of the revolution when governments, corrupt governments across this world, is being toppled by us, the awoken people, those who you hear them say, the woke agenda. Yes, tired of sleeping. Thank you and good morning from Global Television. Join us later where we will look at the state of our country and our justice. Good afternoon, good morning from Global TV.